Ryan, life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home.
Okay, I'll pretend I heard all of that because there was a very weird CPU / Discord type error while you were saying that, and you went, "Life is a."
That's the dream.
I was like, whoa, where did the cat with the hair lip come from?
Oh, I think I figured out what the problem was. I forgot to go plug in the thing. Ryan, do the intro for me, because I need to go plug a thing in.
Shoo-be-doo-be-doo-doo. Welcome to Kingdom Hearts, Rechained of Memories. This is Pajanime 2. We're here with the three best friends. We got Sora, we got Donald, we got Goofy, we got Beast. That's the fourth best friend. We got a very bad mini-map. We got a very bad boss, actually. Not bad. I think the boss is okay designed. I think Kyle just got super on tilt and completely... Like, there'd be stretches where he was remembering how to play, and then I think there were stretches where he would... he'd get a little tripped up. He'd get a little flustered. Forget to keep a 0 when he needed to, and then he'd get that big hit, and I think it tests the patience, especially with where we are, and we might be under-leveled. We don't know for sure yet. That might be the situation, but we'll see if a little bit of a breather has given Kyle
oh yeah, dude.
Kyle the wherewithal to continue forward.
I've prayed
through.
To the
it's
Kingdom
not
Hearts
Voxel,
gods.
is it? It's Vincent? No, it's
Vexen.
I'm gonna get it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I introed everyone.
Perfect.
I told them about your journey.
Yeah. Well, when you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I want to. You know what? That lyric is not.
Thank you. Yeah, you didn't realize that. Yeah, right.
It's about praying to God, Ryan. It's not about blowing dudes. I don't.
Oh man.
You know what?
I can't because
I think I just named
you know
the
what?
episode.
Listen, I've watched documentaries that say otherwise. The Keepers. A lot of those girls, I think, were on their knees.
Wasn't
saying.
Ryan? I don't know if you're talking about the Catholic faith. It's not girls that are on their knees. Heyo, spitting some hot fire. The Catholic priests treading some new grounds. So yeah, we
Also, we apologize if any of that tasteless comedy offends.
Unless you're a Catholic priest who is in fact a child molester, in which case, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I'm not religious, so it's like, listen, if you're religious, I don't want to offend you, but at the same time, hey man, 2018 called. It wants its logic. Can you bring it? You're late. You're one short. You know what I mean? Your tool shed is a little. You're looking a little dull.
If you're somebody who is of the Catholic faith
that shit.
and you don't fuck kids, you and I are going to be totally fine.
Yeah, like I still might not get why you believe what you believe, but hey.
Yeah. Oh right, I changed this whole deck.
We're gonna believe in anime instead, which is why we're here. We believe in the power of friendship, otherwise known as Disney. A much better religion. No, I'm kidding.
Good
although
jokes.
some people do love Disney as much as a religion.
So
Kyle needs a recap here, so because
right.
it has been like about 5 days.
Fuck. Damn it. Okay.
Since we've recorded.
Oh, these episode names give me nothing to help with. I was like, because usually I'll look back at that and get like kind of like a re-jog memory.
We had several episodes of this boss. I know. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But up until that boss, we had beaten.
Yeah. So
the last set of worlds, and I believe it was after wrapping up Mario Party Land.
No, that's what we did. We went to Mario Party Land and we went to Hollow Bastion.
And then we went to Hollow Bastion. And Hollow Bastion was one of the best levels in this entire game. The boss was actually the fun boss that you struggled with the first time, but you were able to figure out the patterns, and like it was probably the best boss you've had, I thought. And it was just easy. I wouldn't say it was an easy boss. I just think it was.
I'm trying to remember what the boss of Hollow Bastion was.
It was the big dragon. It was the big Maleficent dragon. But it was easy to tell how many health bars she had. It was easy to tell what her cards were going to be and what her attacks were going to be. Like you could still figure out if you were dodging her attacks and still use your cards. Yeah. You didn't really have that much trouble with the dragon.
That's good.
You just don't even remember. It's like, what? The dragon? We fought a dragon.
I'm a dragon
To be
slayer,
fair, forgetting is really in the nature of the spirit of the game, so...
Yeah.
I think Kingdom Hearts knows that. Isn't that will that be the joke that nothing will have to make sense at the end of Kingdom Hearts 52 by 9/6 divided by Faraga division?
Yeah, I think you nailed
Squad. That's when Sora's triple uncle's cousin sister, who's also related to Steve, or sorry, T-Dit. No, I said Steve. I said the right one.
Yep.
From Pajanime 1. He comes back from outer space, but that's only after he's gone to the Quarlarp dimension.
Oh,
you don't know about that
the
yet.
Quarlarp? I can't tell if you made that up or not, by the way.
Oh yeah, listen, I made most of that up, but what's going on isn't that much anyway.
I also can't be certain.
Basically, I'm saying that I think by the end of because I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3 will be the end. Come on, you think Square thinks that'll be the end? There's still lots more.
No, this is reboot time, dude.
Nah, I don't think it'll be reboot time. I don't think this is. They don't seem to be the type to do that. This is more in the vein of what a Kojima would do. This series is just going to get more Metal Gear, I think.
Excellent. Guarded Trove. Cool.
There needs to be a. Yeah, they'll make a more. I think 3 is probably going to start. Personally, from what I've seen of 3, I think it's going to start pushing the direction of like a big modern, like an MGS5. You know what I mean? But I think there's going to be another game. I think there's going to be. Personally, I think 3 will have Marvel and Star Wars DLC. I think they will be DLC. I think the reason they want to do that is because I think they can justify it financially, right?
Okay.
Because the value of those properties, you could charge $20 or $40 as standalone DLC, just those worlds. One world. Marvel, $40. Star Wars the next year, $40. People will pay it.
Hot fire?
If the world is like, I mean, if the content's there, right? Like, imagine if that world's like 12 or 10 hours, or you know what I mean? Like, make it extend, because those properties in and of themselves are a little more elaborate than most Disney movies, right? Like, you have a lot you can work with. With a Disney movie, you have, like, especially the Disney movies they've been pulling from, like Alice in Wonderland. What can you work with there? Like the 6 rooms that exist, or the 6, you know what I mean? There's not that much going on. Like, you eventually can reimagine stuff, right? But Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland hadn't existed yet, so
yeah,
which was basically just Kingdom Hearts. She even uses a weapon to stab it, though. I knew that was going to happen so early in the movie.
I didn't see
like introduce. Oh god, I don't remember the exact details around it, but they introduced this weapon early in the movie that I'm pretty sure no one can lift, or like it's like she can't use it, or there's like some fucking whole thing about it. And I remember looking over to the person. I'm like, at the end of this movie, she's gonna totally stab that sword through the main villain. And of course, what the fuck happens? Like,
spoilers, dude.
That's a fucking bad old movie.
Yeah.
Tim Burton hasn't aged well.
Tim Burton also,
movies I thought I liked. I found I've less liked revisiting, and movies that I was kind of indifferent to.
I feel like
I've not liked. And then obviously I personally think he's gotten like a lot of his more modern movies have been just bad. Like there's that fucking vampire one with Johnny Depp where like it was just like he lives in with a family, you know?
Yeah. I feel like Tim Burton also only thinks that there's 2 people who act in the entire world. And it's just Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter.
It's Johnny Depp, yeah.
Alex used to show me this meme one time. It was like a super, like, Tumblr-esque meme. But it was like, about how Tim Burton was like, wait, there's other actors besides Johnny Depp and my wife? How long have you people known this?
But, like, I really liked, as a kid growing up, I liked Batman and Batman Returns, and I haven't checked Returns in a long time, but I did return to Batman original with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Some of that doesn't hold up. Some of that you're just like, oh, actually, like you remember the badness and the cringeness of Schumacher Batman, of Batman and of Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Yeah, of course.
But I believe Schumacher directed both of those. You remember all that. You remember that. You remember, as a kid, I didn't have as much of a familiarity with the Adam West Batman, so I actually didn't realize that some of that stuff was basically trying to pay homage to that, right? Without realizing that's like it's real cringy. It's like they didn't understand that. You know how TNG didn't reboot Star Trek and then just do the same thing that they did in the '60s and have the same sort of like, plot structure and story, and it's like, no, you can't do that. It was the '60s.
Yeah.
It's like if they didn't realize that, right? There's like, nah, you can just play all these stereotypes. But Schumacher
Fire
Batman
back
was real bad. But like, I didn't realize how much Tim Burton wasn't that far removed. But you know, there were still some things that you're just like, ooh. Jack Nicholson, like again, right? Enough hindsight can change, maybe just help change my opinion. But or maybe I've just seen enough different takes on the Joker that like revisiting Jack Nicholson's is like, man, he's a little corny.
Yeah, alright, so we're going back in. I just wanted to get myself back in the combat, so I went grounded one level, just to make sure I still had my my wits about me.
Oh.
I went back to Hot Fire
when,
instead of Custom Deck, just to see...
When we finished Hollow Bastion, I'll just help finishing the recap.
Thank you,
When we finished Hollow Bastion, we got a little bit of a cutscene. We were forgetting more. We had a conversation with Riku as well, and then he left. Just walked away. Like, he didn't want us to follow him. Like, he was kind of making it like he doesn't actually give a crap. He was trying to tell us he doesn't care about protecting Kyra anymore, and he's doing what he wants. Or, you know, he elder emo brothered out of there.
Yeah.
I do my own thing. Quit being a loser. Thanks, Trey. Jesus. Oh.
Nice.
I mean, it kind of fits.
Yeah.
Actually, man. Hayden Paten is Marissa then?
Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah.
Get your life together, Ryan. Holy shit.
Goofy is Seth. Who's Donald? Who's Grumpy? Who's the grumpy friend? I don't think there's a grumpy friend.
Oh, I think I'm dead. Okay.
Oh wait, no, again. No. Donald's the wife. Donald would be Summer.
Yep.
Right?
Sure.
That's the secret joke. Donald and Goofy are a relationship, or are an item.
Oh yeah, that's the joke.
Mm-hmm. All right, Kyle, let's do this boss. But yeah, that's basically what happened. That's what I remember happening. Riku left. Sora was like, whatever. Friends do friend stuff, and then oh yeah, we did get a conversation. Or no, we didn't get a conversation. That was in a previous. Yeah. This guy just showed up. We didn't get a conversation about him showing up. That happened previously. I will now let Kyle focus, because this is a...
hard fight?
Indeed.
It's gonna feel so good when I beat him. Oh, fuck me.
How do you feel, and what do you remember?
Almost nothing.
Cards.
You know what? I remember an angry blur, Ryan.
Cards, stacks. Using your new slights was good, because you have that throw that stuns him.
Yeah,
Obviously, I know you've probably forgotten, but there's one called Lethal Frame that we don't have yet, but we're working towards because everyone says it makes the bosses. No, the word trivial was thrown around, which
yeah,
hey,
that wasn't your word. That's fine.
No, the word trivial was thrown around by the forum. I mean, people.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah. So you know maybe that means for us non-skilled players, since usually the people in the forums would be like, yeah, of course, it's easy.
Yeah. Why would I lie to you, people?
But that means it'll probably still be easier than what's currently happening.
Yes. Where's the...
Which normally we wouldn't do, but Kyle has made it clear that this is not his favorite game. So anything to help us progress through it so that we can get to the aspects of the game he does like, which is a very anime story.
Yeah.
I actually really like the story in this game thus far. If the gameplay in this was good, it would, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like the parts of it that are
basically,
new.
I can see why the game with basically how it probably looked and played and how this worked probably a little better on Game Boy, probably was well reviewed. But the cutscenes probably weren't as good because of the anime, the CG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the custom deck that we built.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a. No, I'm not gonna do any tweaks. I think.
Oh, by the way, we did off camera. Since we were having a conversation.
Oh yeah, we never
going back through the door.
Yeah.
Kyle realized that yes, because we just wanted to check. We did go back through the door, so we've spent some of our money. We did buy a bunch of cards. We were looking for the thing so that we could use Lethal Frame. Essentially, we needed to stop.
Yeah, but the problem was we went to Moogle Town, but because
you can't farm anything specifically. And I know probably someone in the comments will say, hey, you can farm it specifically, here's a guide, but it's like the game doesn't explicitly tell us where to farm it, and we do not want to spend an endless amount of time looking for it. We're hoping to get it eventually in a Moogle pack, and I'm sure we will. I'm sure the odds just eventually will fall in our favor. Or one of these bosses will give us one. I'm sure the game will eventually be like, oh, here, noob, jeez.
Yeah. You fuckers need to get your life together. That's what it's going to tell us. Oh,
I've been having weird, like, Kyle's probably seen some of this, but I've been having weird thoughts about this game.
Oh, do tell.
I've been rambling about it somewhat to you on Slack, off and on.
Oh, yeah. You know
just
what, Ryan?
How, like,
you mentioned this right after when I was in, like, full-on rage mode. I
yes.
may not have been paying full attention.
Yeah,
so I was like, fuck you, Ryan. I had nothing against you, actually.
Essentially, I feel like this game reminds me of if someone, like, if Square had a guy in the basement that was just, like, invented this crazy dense card game, you know what I mean? Like, some of the combat, even if you were to move the active combat system, like, take out everything that's happening right here visually on the screen and just say, you have your deck against his deck, and you can play active cards at the same time and actively counter each other, that is insane. That's like if chess was active, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on top of it being active, each piece had a number associated with it, and higher numbers beat lower number. It's like, like, guys, it's a strategy. Deck building games like Magic and Hearthstone, there's a reason you have turns and pass, because you're supposed to be strategizing, which takes the time, like, to consider, right? So, like, the fact that they add another layer on top of that with active combat, it's like, man, you guys don't get that the active card system alone, even without the combat, like the moving around and lining shots up, is actually pretty crazy. There's not a lot of active card games. Like, think about even games that are pretty fast, like poker. All that stuff has turns. Like, you always have time to consider what you need to do before you do it. Maybe it's not like more than a minute, right? But like, it's still a dude can't just. You play something and then he immediately quickly plays something and counters you, and then you have to immediately play something and counter him, or else somehow he kills. You know what I mean? Like, what? Anyway.
Yep.
He's had enough. But yeah, I'm as Kyle's. I'm not expecting Kyle to respond, so I'll just continue with what I was my train of thought there. I basically just think that some of this game is like if they had that crazy kooky guy in the basement, and you know, I know there's a lot of crazy Japanese card game associated, like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of card games from Japan that are in video game form, especially, that are little kooky, little, let's say, creative, inventive. And it just very much feels to me like this was a game that was like someone had as an idea for just physically, like, hey, let's just do this for cards. It had nothing to do with Kingdom Hearts, and they had nothing to do with it. No, they couldn't figure out how to use it in a game, so they're just like, hey, why don't we put it in this Kingdom Hearts property? And they're just like, yeah, that will make sense, because you know, and someone probably brought up the question, well, why isn't it the same combat from, you know, the other thing? And they would say, well, it's on Game Boy and whatever. It's chain of memories, so we can make
whatever.
it so it's like
David worked really hard on this thing, so Mr. Greenberg said you have to give it to him.
Yeah, come up with some anime justification. Ergo, they forget everything, so make that a loose connection into the the narrative. Book it, Dano. And I don't necessarily think any of that's wrong. I think you then call your shot on Crazy Dano's card idea, and it's a little, I'm gonna say a little dense. Like, it's one of those things. Not dense is the wrong word. I feel like I'm playing the nichest game ever. I feel like there's like 100 people who are like, this is, for them, this is. And if I thought on their level, it would probably be the most insane experience ever.
Dunked!
But I'm not one of those 100 people, so I'm like, what the fuck, you know?
Yep.
Insanely
okay,
niche.
so actually, I think that Fuckface McGee over here said it for me. I've had enough of this. Just kidding.
Yes.
I
believe the thing I compared it to with Kyle was like, if you've ever watched, I know it's getting more popular, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There was like an episode where Frank was playing crazy card games and gambling games with people in the basement, and you just walk in.
You imbecile!
I don't even know what they're playing. I don't know what's happening. And like, people are just throwing money around and slamming money down and different cards, and then someone pokes at a screen, and you're just like, this is just insanity. This isn't, how are people even, okay. That's what this reminds me of. So yeah. Or like that one episode of How I Met Your Mother, since I know you were watching that, where Barney sits down to play the game. You're like,
yeah.
what? Okay, sure.
Wait,
Things
Barney, split the gummy bears.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the jelly bean, but, you know.
And you're just like, guys, can't you just play Monopoly like real people? Like, come on. Like, we're just...
Yeah!
Casino. Can't you just play poker? Also, he beat him! All it took was great stories about how ridiculously. You see, what happened is we evolved. Now Kyle. Maybe we're gonna start sitting at the table to those games. So you're gonna need to know if you need to split the jelly bean. You're gonna need to know why all those money is thrown. Bing la, Bing la. Oh, Sunny's such a great show.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they play Russian roulette at some point in one of those.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Ryan.
Oh yeah, what a line!
I was delving
Time for anime.
into your memory as we fought.
No, I didn't notice.
And here, look what I found. A card
A
crafted
card?
from all the memories that are locked in the other side of your
Oh,
heart.
fucking! I was wondering why we
The
never went to
Kingdom
Neverland.
Gods.
No, that's Neverland. No, it's not. We
Sure.
went to Neverland.
Yeah, I think that's Twilight Town. Damn it, if only I could teleport around like everyone else in this universe seems to be able to. I'm such a jobber, even though I'm supposed to be John Cena.
In the other
He's got to
side.
evolve. Because, you know, he's John
Wait,
Cena.
memories on the other
Pokemon.
side? Hello from the other side? Sora learns freeze? What the fuck? I had freeze.
Deep freeze!
Oh, no, that's like Blizzard,
Blizzard, stop.
Oh, good. Hey, another thing I can do with...
Oh, it's what he did. That's actually rad, because if you're fighting an annoying boss, you can just stop them. Oh, you could just
but I need to
interrupt
get
their
stopped. I
attack
need
and
to
just
get
frost
stopped
them.
first.
Fuck, everything revolves around this stop card. They need to stop and
I've
give
got a
us stop.
bad feeling about this. We should be
Gosh,
careful.
I've got a bad feel. Oh, you did it already. What am I gonna do
Other
now?
side of your heart. Forget stuff. Whatever. I don't care.
All right, try to do it. You know what? No, you got to go back. You got to do a hard try on
too
the
late.
Donald.
We gotta go back. I can't do
No.
the thing.
You got to roll like the thing in your
Sora
throat. Yeah.
disappears, that would mess up the organization's plan.
I'm building it up. Next time
Yeah.
maybe I'll give it a try.
What you need to do.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Pink hair Magoo.
Haven't a
Number
clue,
11?
really.
We forget the name. Yeah.
Maybe you could spell it out for me.
Well, they only said it
Pajan's
once.
Clearly committed a treasonous act against the organization. You
What?
must eliminate the traitor.
Yeah.
No taking that
What did
back
Vexen
later.
do by?
Well, he was acting all middle management-y. Like, I'm sure. Remember, he was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
but what did he do that was?
Oh, I
wonder
don't
if it was
think we know
helping
yet.
us. Because he did give us the card.
No, I think it was like.
I wonder if he wasn't supposed to.
Well, they've all given us cards.
From the other
So-
side of your heart? I wonder what it does.
We'll find out soon enough. It's the only one we have left.
Yeah.
No other way to move forward.
Oh my god, I've been fucking stressing about that fight for like 4 days.
It's over. First episode. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's what I'm saying. There's a reason those 100 people like this game. I'm sure there's a way to get good at it. I'm just saying, I personally think it's too much and it's not well explained. It's not easily accessible. That's part
Here's
of the
the other
problem.
thing. I
Great
think-
games are easy to learn, hard to master. This is hard to learn and
Harder
impossible
to
to
master.
like
Um,
even harder to master. Yeah,
so
it's like on
here's
fucking
here's
it's
my
like
problem
Dota
with
or
it, right?
League on crack.
Well, first of all, those games are actually relatively easy to learn and incredibly hard to master. Like, that's the...
Yes, but like this is those on crack because not only is this hard to learn, there's even more going on in a single moment than usually in a League or Dota match, which is ridiculous.
I'm not
Considering
gonna agree
it's
with
just
that,
you. It's
but
just
per
you.
person, sure. But, like, with the 10-person map, that's a fucking complicated
Yeah.
game. As a
True.
aficionado with League, I don't know if anyone who hasn't seen it, I'm...
Yeah, but like generally, it's like because of the isometric view, like because this mishmashes a piss poor action combat
Ryan?
system with something that doesn't work. Anyway, oh yes, this. Oh, it doesn't. I didn't know it would do this.
Well, can you give me the good stuff?
What gets? Oh yeah. Gosh, where are we, Sora?
Thanks, I just need to take the edge off.
Anyway, I was gonna do a Donald, but you got to do like a. I don't know. You got to get your throat ready to do like a
Yeah.
like a.
Also,
a
I recognize the
screech.
name, but I'm having a moment here. What the fuck is Twilight Town? Did we
Oh,
go
you've
there in
never
the
been
first
here.
game? Oh, okay.
Nope. You've never been here.
Okay.
I'm just going to say that this town features prominently in Kingdom Hearts 2.
No shit. That can't be right. Up until now, the only places are from Sora's memory.
This is
Woohoo!
the other side of his heart.
So it's like the other side of like flat Earth theory, the other side of Earth. On the bottom, it's Earth 2.
You haven't really got it yet, so I'm just gonna leave it.
No, but maybe
You're
so.
close. That's the thing.
It's Earth 2.
Right now
Is
we're
it- oh,
playing
no,
Newsflash,
it's-
and I've given too many good hints, and you're getting close, so I gotta.
It's Stranger Things. It's the Upside Down. You must have forgotten this time.
You're getting a little colder. But you've almost, you've kind of.
I was memeing.
Yeah.
This is terrible. Our memories are practically gone.
If you have no memories, then who are you?
We're turning into 10-Second Tom from the popular Adam Sandler movie 50 First Dates. Ryan's like, Adam Sandler, no.
I remember that movie with Drew Barrymore.
Yep.
And
She was actually pretty good in it.
Rob Schneider.
Oh, not just Rob
I thought
Schneider.
it was kind of funny how I had to relive
Sean
Sixth Sense over and over again.
Astin
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
that
say our
movie.
boy Bob, Stranger Things. Speaking of Stranger Things,
Ryan.
Hey, nominates Good Luck Charm. That's whose Good Luck Charm it is. It's for sure nominate that character. That
Samwise Gamgee, yeah, the character who's totally real and definitely not a fake memory that was implanted in him. I'm also gonna go ahead and say that the Riku we've been running into is not real Riku.
Man, you're getting even colder.
Because where's King Mickey at? Like, what the fuck? They were together.
The only I can give a hint now again. The only hint I'll say is focus on every time the game decides to mention the word heart.
Cool. There's a special memory.
And stop thinking of that so like
and
you're thinking of that.
Nobody was captured. I remember that from last time.
Yes, you need to start thinking of those words more literally.
Yeah. When Naminé and I were little, there was this meteor shower. I started crying. Said, "What if
And
the shoe
remember,
started
this game is
behind
obsessed
us?"
with the idea that your heart is your soul, or a sense of purpose, or being, or the very existence itself.
If a shooting star, oh, so they're like the physical embodiment of your heart or some bullshit. Like Sora's, like Pinocchio's Jiminy, Naminé's Sora's heart physically manifested. His like feelings for Kairi manifested in a person or some bullshit. I don't fucking know. I'll hit it with right back into outer space. Yeah, you know what? That's a pretty fucking anime thing to say.
I'd say
Not the worst guess.
you're back on you're back on train. You're in town. You're not at the right shop, but you're getting closer.
Yeah, you see how I felt the entire time we played Final Fantasy.
You're back in Twilight Town, essentially. Yeah. That's a good analogy. Thank
You're
you.
like-
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, you're like
He was swinging this toy sword.
yeah
Anyway,
around the whole
this
time.
is crazy. I didn't know that they actually focused on Twilight Town. I was like, again, I was kind of wondering how much of
So thanks and give me this.
two was set up here.
Also-
Wait. What?
All this is because of me. What is because of me? She had it.
I
since
see
she was
what's
a-
happening now. I get it.
Like, good for you, Ryan.
It's
She
great.
gave it to you.
kinda
Aw.
cool.
Yeah, so I promised her from
Okay.
now on I'll bring you good luck. I'll keep you safe. And then I completely abandoned that. I really let her down. Weird that even though she was this really important person to me, we never met during Kingdom Hearts 1. Key of Beginnings, alright. This is a full-fledged area. Twilight Town. This is...
Welcome to Twilight Town, the prominent town in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, I didn't... Oh! New battle... Oh, I need to switch my deck back, but...
That hits multiple?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
because it-
pretty rad.
Yeah.
Because your sword is huge, just like your shoes.
Just like my... Yeah. Shoes.
Because his name starts with an S. Everything that's associated with an S has to be huge. Huge shoes, huge socks.
Huge soul.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna switch decks back, though, to,
It's not a sword, though, so I guess I got that wrong. It's Keyblade. What was wrong with me? Key sword? Maybe I can technicality that. Survey says. I think so. I think he'd get away with that.
Only if Steve Harvey gave you a lot of shit about it when you said it.
Steve fucking Blade. Yeah.
Fucking Steve Harvey. We've talked about the Neca Grandma guy before, right?
Yeah. That's
The
well
fucking...
known. Yeah.
Yeah, that-
I've seen a lot of the other clips too of just ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, but just like, Steve goes so far in on those people. It's like, of course, you're begging them to just give them the points if they can.
Yep. It's pretty funny. There's a lot of like behind the scenes like frustration with like people giving bad answers and like not even like bad like for that reason, like for like, oh, this is like totally
You can't say this on
unacceptable, or
TV.
You're like yeah that type of stuff. I mean, just like, what? That's your guess? Like, what's wrong with you? This is the stupidest thing I've ever. Of course it's not that. Like what? Like you're just flailing. It's like obviously you've been in that situation. It's like that's not even an educated guess. Like you're just like we're at the baseball game and you're like, okay, just you're telling me I got a swinger's chance, and you're up there with the fucking driver, and we're like, guys, wrong sport. Who let this guy in the building? That's how Steve Harvey basically responds, right? He responds like, what?
Yeah. Explain your
like,
logic.
Like, yeah, give me something. How did you get here? How did you get to this conclusion? And there's been times where, like, if that happens at the beginning of the game, or if, like let's say, you know how they got to do, they both press on the buzzer, and both sides get a chance to pick what's on the board, and if one side gets it wrong, it goes to the other side, and if that side gets it wrong, it then goes to the whole family on each side. But there's been times where all times they all get it wrong. Nobody can guess a single thing, and Harvey just rips the cards up, and some of these, and he just,
Like,
you know,
do
then
it
he'll be
again.
like, and he's just like, oh, yeah, and you can
Redo.
clearly tell, like, oh man, doing game shows must be really, like, you don't those tapings probably last all fucking day. Like, I was just thinking about that with, like, Price is Right and stuff, too. It's probably the same thing, right? Like, oh, man, that's got to be a... Like, those things are jobs, right? They don't actually... It's not like... those things are not movie set jobs where you work for 3 months. Those things are like, you know what I mean? 3 months where you're working every day.
And, like, let's be honest. Even if you enjoy something, it can still be trying at times. Case in fucking point. I love doing this shit. You know when I didn't love doing this shit? Fucking last time, like at the end of the last episode, when I've been stuck on the same boss for 2 fights, and I don't see a way out. Yeah, I did, but you get what I mean though, right? Where it's like,
oh, premium bonus, yeah, it's all good though.
Yeah, where you're like, I don't know.
We know what we signed up for.
I still don't know what a premium card is. No, but like, you know what I mean? Where, like, when you don't see a way out, you're
that
like,
just means it has an increase.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I looked it up before, but I have since. It's a little foggy.
Yeah.
I think it is important. It matters. I think it might increase something for all of those, or it does something other than just an increased number. I could look it up again, but
it's not that big of a deal.
I'll look it up again if it becomes the next time I need to look something up.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just saying that, like,
pressing.
when you feel like especially like if you're doing something for an audience, which this, you know, we share with Mr. Harvey in that way. If you feel like you're not getting the progress that you need, you're like, oh, this is going to get worse. Like, if the longer we go on, this crowd's going to be less into this, which means that we're going to get less. Even if the contestants get better, like, we're going to get better. Or the same thing for me. I'm going to get stuck on this boss fight forever. I'm going to lose our crowd. Like,
it's also an aspect of, I'm sure it hasn't happened. I don't know. I've never been on the set of one of those things, so I'm sure it hasn't happened. I would assume it hasn't happened, but what if you run into a situation where, you know, you get on a game of Family Feud like that, and you go through that first run I mentioned where nobody gets it, you got to grab a whole new set of questions because nobody can guess anything. What if that happens 3 times in a row, right? At a certain point, you're sitting here like, we got to get, like,
guys, get your shit together.
I gotta leave, I got lunch, I got families, you know what I mean? Like, life goes on here, like, we got a whole game to do. Are we gonna, like, this is just the first round, right? We still have to do this 3 more times with this one like, it's like...
Also, I'm gonna go ahead and say this.
At a certain point, I've been noticing a lot more celebrities on, so they get more goofy answers and scripted moments and bits. It seems like they've kind of leaned into the more, hey, we have lives, we can't sit here and...
I'm gonna make a pretty bold statement here, too. So, while it is sometimes difficult to get all of the points, getting 1 point, not that fucking hard on any of those questions. If like both families can't get it, you're fucking dumb.
I've seen the behind the scenes.
Well, I'm not saying that doesn't
angry.
happen. I'm saying those people are dumb.
Like, it's like when so many people get the first few questions of Millionaire wrong, right? Like, they structure those episodes when they were doing them live, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to breeze through that shit.
There were sometimes an awkward episode where there'd be they'd have to go through like four games, and you could clearly tell that the Regis is sitting there like, come on, guys, like, we make the first few questions pretty easy, like, do I need to freaking just... Ugh. Yeah, we're trying to make it dramatic here so we can give you some money. Whose Line actually had some of that too, from what I understand of people who went to tapings and just seeing some of the frustrations. I believe it was specifically with certain games that, like, the Hoedown would always do it, especially to Ryan at the end. He had a hard time, you know, because you got to come up with a rhyme and with music. If you're not musically inclined, right, you're just like, what? I need to rhyme to music, to the beat of this song with so many things, and you have, like, you know, he got to go last, but you still only had, like, admittedly, like, a few minutes, honestly, to come up with it.
Yeah. No, I
Colin would always get wrecked on that sometimes too when they do the Irish drinking song, because he would do the last verse and he would always just not come up with a good enough rhyme in time, and it would just be like ridiculous thing to end, because you'd end the game on that and they'd all have to say it again.
Yeah.
But I mean that led to good comedy. But yeah, but you would clearly tell that people would be like, oh man. One of the things you notice too with things like that, I'm pretty sure with Whose Line, I think they had longer recordings as well, like long days, because like
multiple
you can watch
episodes
like
in a day?
yeah, like you can watch like episode like there's there, even though like season 1 might have episodes, might be like, oh, this is the first episode, there's also a number beside it that's like the actual chronological episode, right? And you can clearly tell like 10 or 12 episodes were filmed in batches. So sometimes you'll see them wearing an outfit and you'll see like someone behind them in the crowd and be like, okay, that syncs up in season 1, and then you'll see that same thing again in season 5, right? And you'll be like, oh, so this actually took place in like 2000 or whenever they recorded this, right? So like, and then you start to wonder, I wonder if they just like spent like 8 months or however long and just quickly recorded like, 100 episodes or something, right? Like,
yeah, Wayne Brady actually left after like 6 months, but he was in like every season.
No, because
No,
I know
know.
they came back and did more.
Yep.
But because they've done a lot of episodes of that.
Yeah.
But especially now that it's returned. But that's why we go to Twilight Town. That makes sense. I forgot that she was here.
Oh, of course, she. Yeah, once we get through whatever was going on here, we'll call this episode. But
Yeah.
Something feels really strange.
Oh, that was I like that delivery. That was actually there was an emotional heft to that
It's familiar.
yeah,
that I was not anticipating. Goofy voice actor.
No, and that's what's strange.
It could be like with Nominate. You forgot lots of other stuff.
No, this is
That's why
different.
You remember this place now.
Maybe,
No.
but I
Oh!
feel something strange.
With
Called it.
Nominee,
Wow.
my memories sort of came
Shit.
drifting back to me, a little piece at a time. But not now. It's not memories, just this idea that I must have been here before.
So, feeling nostalgic?
oh, we just beat you.
Do you want to? I was worried about your response because I was about to remember. There's a lot of duels coming up, and you're going to be dueling similar people multiple times.
Or your feelings here?
Hope you enjoy.
Which
Yay.
of the two of these is
We
more
really need
real,
stop.
I wonder.
Nominee, of course. Whatever it is that I'm feeling, I bet it's just another one of your mean little tricks.
The memory's wiles can be cruel. In its silence, we forget. In its obsession, it binds our hearts.
The fuck does that
The
mean?
riddles.
You should be on Whose Line, Vexen.
This place was created solely from another side of your memory. It is on the other side of your heart that the memory of this place exists.
What, like the left side? Like, what the
It
fuck
is
does
your
that mean?
heart that remembers.
You're wrong. I don't know this place.
If you remain bound by the chain of memories,
Oh,
refuse to believe
roll
what is
credits.
truly found inside your heart, then throw it away. You
Truly.
are not a Keyblade master, just a slave to twisted memories. Yes, exactly like my Riku. Your existence is worth nothing!
God damn it. Oh.
Your existence is worth nothing. What a delivery.
Like nothing.
Is he Riku's father?
That's enough. You're the one who changed,
Whoa.
Riku. Every word you've said is a lie.
He has the same hair.
I'd never throw
He has
away
the
my heart.
world's pointiest chin.
So what I'm saying is we presumed it was Ansem, but that's because in Kingdom Hearts 1 they just let us, they don't really, we never got proof it was Ansem. Someone just said it was Ansem. They could have easily been lying.
Wait, what was Ansem?
Or that the person who transformed Riku and was inside of Dark Riku. We just presumed it was Ansem. It was never ever confirmed that it was Ansem. And the cloak person at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts, by the way.
You mean at the end of this one? At the beginning
No,
of this
the
one?
first Kingdom Hearts. The cloak person at the door,
Oh, yeah.
beginning of the game, and the person who walks.
I
out of
totally
Riku,
forgot that happened.
Who you see the back of his head and it's anime hair with a cloak type thing, but you never see his face. someone later said, it was Ansem, and you would. I remember I actually went back and because those episodes have around aired.
Yeah.
You had said, I'm pretty sure it's Ansem, because the game had basically just said, yeah, we think it's Ansem, but I just wanted to point out that it wasn't an actual confirmation.
Oh,
that it
okay.
was Ansem.
No, I was making
And
a...
now Sora is starting to believe that maybe it was your worst night boss, Vexen. Did I get it right?
You know what, Ryan?
I got it right.
Yep.
Until next time.
Yep, next time. I
Kingdom
just
Hearts,
beat
Kingdom Hearts,
him!
Kingdom
And they make me
Hearts.
fight him again!
Well, you got to go through Twilight Town.
Oh, great! I'll see you guys.